What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are back, episode 2. I'm so excited to be back to make this video. Today we're going to be going over some credit card information. We're going to be talking about what I think of credit cards, what Dave Ramsey thinks of credit cards, and more importantly, why Dave Ramsey is wrong about credit cards. We are here, and let's get into it. So if you don't know what a credit card is, it's a lot like a debit card. And the fact that it's a little rectangle that you use to pay for things. But the difference is whenever you pay with a debit card, that amount is instantly taken out of your account. Whenever you pay with a credit card, that money is not your money. You're not using your money to pay for that item. You're using the credit card company's money. You're basically taking out a small loan to pay for that thing. That loan needs to be paid off in full by the end of the month, or you have to start paying interest on it. And this interest is not only interest, it's interest on interest. It's compounded interest. And this can obviously snowball into a giant avalanche of debt and completely ruin your life.
I declare bankruptcy!
So you might not have a credit card. You might not know enough information to have one. You might be scared. Maybe you don't want to put yourself in that position because you've heard some horror stories. Or you have one, but you just don't know the proper way to use it. You don't know the best way to utilize its perks. That being said, I think everyone should have a credit card. So first, we're going to talk about what Dave Ramsey thinks of credit cards. If you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, he's a big finance guy. A lot of people know him. He started off on a radio show called The Money Game with 3 other people. Maybe it was 2, I don't know. But this show eventually came what's known as today as the Dave Ramsey Show, and he is the main host. What this is it's a radio show. People call him on, and they basically just ask him finance questions. A lot of them are in debt. A lot of them don't know what to do with their money, and they're seeking his financial advice. There we go. So what does Dave Ramsey think of credit cards? He hates them. He hates them. Everyone who asks on his program, who calls him, say, Dave, can I have a credit card? He says no. And he always leads it with the smoking example. He'll say something like, oh, would you have a cigarette or something? I don't know. But he compares a credit card to a cigarette, which I don't know if I agree with. I mean, cigarettes have no beneficial value at all. Credit cards do. That's it. That's it. So that being said, yes, Dave Ramsey is very against credit cards. All I was hearing when I first found out about a credit card was what you can do with them. You get all the rewards, you get the points, you get the cash back, you get the miles. Who wouldn't want rewards for spending money? And then I just started to think about what he actually does. Like I said, through his program, he's probably helped millions of people. People get out of really tough financial situations. A lot of them, if not most of them, are in very bad debt. Credit cards are obviously a cause. Student loans, any form of debt, a lot of them are in it, and that's why they go through his program. And so the amount of people that he has seen in debt is probably insane. The amount of lives that he's seen ruined by these credit cards is just too many for me to even think of. And so he has seen how easy it is for people to ruin their lives with credit cards. The number of people, the amount of debt that they're actually in, how just it's so easy just to swipe your card. Just swipe your card, It's not my money. I'll just swipe it. I'm getting paid next week. I'll have the money then. Just swipe it. He's seen that so many times. I get it. He feels, I think he feels very responsible for the amount of influence he has. And he sees it as the risk is way higher than the reward. And I totally get it. I totally understand why he would advocate for not using a credit card, not getting a credit card, not putting yourself at that risk. Because when it comes down to it, it's all about self-control. Self-control. I kind of respect the fact that he's against them. He understands how easy it is to put yourself in that position, and he would just rather have people not even try. That being said, we're going to get into what I think of credit cards. So the first thing that I'll say is I do agree credit cards are very risky. That being said, I also think that there's some steps you can take to make sure that that doesn't happen. I don't see credit cards as a cigarette in the fact that, you can use it for a while, it goes good, and eventually you're going to die. I see it as a tool that you have 100% control of. You're the only one that can put yourself in debt. You're the only one that can swipe your card. The only reason that I see use for a credit card is to raise your credit score and to get the rewards back. I don't see it as a way to get a loan for something that I can't afford. So I think a credit card is the easiest way to raise your credit score. Having a good credit score obviously gets you the best interest rate. Whenever you buy a house or you buy a car, you won't get a good interest rate. You'll get a very high interest rate and overall have to pay a lot more money in the long run. You can definitely go through life without a credit score. You're just going to pay a lot more money and it's going to be a lot harder. I put a lot of things on my card that I have to pay anyway for, like gas and groceries. This is a good way to rack up those points, baby. Get those miles, get that cash back, It's so important to start building your credit because building your credit is not an overnight thing. It takes a long time to get your credit up there, and it's so easy to mess it up and to have your credit dip. If you don't make a payment on time, your credit is going to drop like 100 points. Whenever you want to go rent an apartment, sometimes they look at your credit. If you don't have good credit or you don't have any credit, let's say you haven't even started your credit journey yet, sometimes you aren't allowed to rent that apartment, or sometimes they make you put down a double deposit. When I first moved in here, I had to put down 2 deposits in my first month's rent all at the same time. It was ridiculous, and I didn't have any credit. That's why that happened. It was stupid. Also, when I set up I think it was my electricity, I also didn't have any credit then, so they made me put down a $400 deposit because I didn't have credit. So I had zero money when I moved in. All my money was gone. But since then, I've gotten 2 credit cards, paid everything off, never missed a late payment. I think my credit hovers around like a 710, which isn't bad because they start you off in the 600 range. And so I've slowly built it up, and it's going to take a while, but we're going to get there. We're going to do it. You may think that the whole credit card system is stupid. Why would you buy something without your own money just to pay back immediately, just to build up a credit? The whole thing may sound dumb, which I would agree. It's not the best system, but it's a very easy system to win at. It sounds easy, and it honestly is. Like I said, it comes down to self-control. So if you have that, I would recommend getting a credit card. If you are still on the fence about whether or not you should get a credit card, I would recommend that you do. And you don't have to start off by swiping it every day, but I would maybe just start off by swiping it once a month, just seeing how that goes. Swipe, maybe pay for your gas with your credit card. Immediately pay it off the same day, so you don't have to worry about it. Obviously, you have to pay it back once a month when that day comes, but it's very easy. A lot of banks allow you to set up automatic payments to pay off whatever balance you have in full, so you never have to worry about it. You just set up automatic payments, and then you keep swiping, and that card is paid off every single month. You don't have to worry about it. But I'll definitely start off doing a little small purchases here and there with the credit card, just seeing how it feels swiping with that. Whenever you go into your bank account, obviously that's not going to be taken out, and you're going to have a separate account to see how much money is on the card. And that's probably really hard to see, oh, I still have so much money in my account, but it's hard to subtract what you owe in your credit card from that amount. So if you can do that and think, this is not the real money I have, it's this minus this, I think you'll be pretty well off with the credit card. So overall, yes, I do think you should get a credit card. It's the easiest way to start building your credit, and you also get some rewards in the process. Why would you not want to get, oh my gosh. I don't think credit cards are for everyone, and if you don't know if you have the self-control to keep a credit card, I would encourage you to try it out. Like I said, the one purchase a week or month or whatever you want to do, start off very small and see how it goes. If you know you don't have the self-control, then yes, don't get a credit card. don't put yourself in that position to mess up your life. You don't want to do that to yourself. But I would definitely recommend you do your own research. There's a ton of good resources out there that give you more information on credit cards. They're not as scary as they seem, and you can definitely use them to your advantage. There we go. Second video down, just like that. I think that went a lot smoother than the first one. Let me know. Let me know if that was better. You got to admit, the thumbnail is pretty good. That first one is awful. It's terrible. I worked hard on this one. And hey, we're at 17. I think it was 17 subscribers last time I saw. I think our goal was 25. It might have been 20. One of those two by the end of the month. That is 22 days. We can do that. We can do it. That's easy. We can't do that if you don't like the video, though. That's the only catch. Every time you like the video, it's like you're sending food to the algorithm, and the algorithm needs to be fed. If the algorithm is not fed, it will not perform its peak performance. If you feed the algorithm, he will be nice to you, and he will push this content to another person who might actually very much benefit from this video. So please like the video and comment something. Comment something. I got it. If you have a credit card, comment which card that you have. If you have more than one, I don't know, comment your favorite one. If you don't have one, tell us why. Say if you're maybe hesitant because you don't know too much about it, or just say why you don't have one. But there we go, guys. Second video's done. Third one's going to come out next week. Third one's going to come out next week. We're going to try to post every week, once a week. We'll see how that goes, I don't know. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.